All right, Dr. Kheir Total Knee, 4 trays, Zimmer Persona Tib Gen, Zimmer Persona Patella Resection, Zimmer Persona PREF, Zimmer Persona PS Trials. Out of the Tib Gen tray, you need your slap hammer, femoral impactor, and blue pad for PS, your tibial punch, and the brooch, both impactor heads, both T-handles, your tibial drill and drill guide, and a 10mm shim for the corresponding size they estimate. Straight knee stacked and covered. Out of the patella resection tray, you can take your IM rod and T-handle, your valgus cutting guide, distal cutting block and placement guide, your 10, 12, and -5 spacer blocks, your ankle clamp, distal tibial cutting guide, proximal tibia cutting guide, a 3-degree cutting block for whichever side you're using. In this scenario, left, 3, and your tibial stylus. Patella is optional. We can remove those components as needed. Stacked up. You need your AP sizer and its corresponding stylus, your impactor handle, patella lug drill, IM drill, angel wing, and magnetic driver, and skinny drill, and the alignment rod. Once all of those components have been removed from the instrument set, we can begin to assemble the parts. First, we'll take our IM cutting guide and IM rod and T-handle. Set that aside. He'll have a designated alignment that he'll want this set to. In this scenario, let's say where he wants it set to preset to 5 degrees left. And this goes through this rod hole. Take your distal cutting block and distal placement guide with this flip tab button upwards, and this single post goes into this hole, and the tab gets flipped down. Make sure that that's set to 0. Okay. Next, we can assemble our tibial cutting guide. There's a T-shaped hole that these two components get assembled to. T-shaped hole, T-shaped rod. Press this button. Push that down. For the ankle clamp, there's a similar T-shaped hole. Press the same button. And then you can connect this tibial cutting block. Flip this lever upwards, and this conical shaped part fits under here, and that locks that in place. You can put the stylus with it. Next, you'll take your femoral sizing guide. Set it to 3 degrees for whichever side you're doing. The way that you unlock the external rotation here is to squeeze these two parts here, and that unlocks it. Now you can rotate that to the desired setting, which would be 3 degrees. That's set up for 3 degrees left. You can take this stylus, point the stylus up at the ceiling, sneak it in, advance it, and then turn the stylus downwards. That's set up. Next, you can take your tibial punch, connect the brooch to the punch handle, load it. Take a estimated tibial base plate size and attach it to a T-handle. In this scenario, we have an E. You can take your femoral impactor handle, hold it overhand, press down on this black button, release the button and twist the knob, and that connects to the handle. You can take to assemble a tibial articular surface trial, you have to make sure that It matches the size of the femoral component that we're using. So most commonly you're using a 6 through 9. However, that can go up or down. Assemble these two, the base and the top part, and then take a shim, 10 millimeter shim, and insert that into the slot like so. Finally, you can assemble your femoral impactor handle. The blue pad attaches to the femoral locking impactor. There's a round side and a flat side. The round side has to be lined up. That snaps down. Take whichever is the desired femoral size. Lock that in place. And then finally, the 4-in-1 block will be used for whichever size he selects with the femoral sizer.